What's going on, fishing buddies? Welcome back to the channel. I've been fishing twice and have yet to come up with a video. Both surf and kayak. It has been hard fishing around here, guys. The temperature back and forth, cold and hot and rainy, and it's just got these fish confused. So I thought I would do a quick video. This is a video I've been thinking about doing for guys that live in small spaces, apartments, base housing. We have a lot of military around here, little condos where you might not can like get a big beach cart and a lot of big equipment if you want to get into surf fishing. So I've come up with an idea to be able to backpack all your gear down onto the beach, and it's fairly cheap. You can get into this thing, guys. You can get going for cheap, and you don't need a lot of bulky equipment to do it. Let's get it out there. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to do this as cheap as possible. I am at the tackle shop now, just thinking, you know, I want to make this video for guys that don't have a lot of space. They might not have a truck to carry the cart. They want to get into surf fishing. They see all the big equipment on the videos and the guys on the beach with the big carts and the multiple rods, and I just want to show you guys you do not need all that to get started and really to continue to fish. Especially if you're living in an apartment, condo, something with small storage. You don't want all that bulky stuff. I'm gonna walk around the tackle shop here, and I know I can put together something that you'll be able to just carry down to the beach and it'll still be comfortable. So we got the cooler. We're definitely gonna need a couple sand spikes. Just these plastic light sand spikes are gonna work. Get a couple of those. My first thought, guys, this glare is pretty bad, are these cooler bags. This is Lost Key Outdoor Gear, LKO gear, these cooler bags. I've had my eye on these for just this purpose, just for backpacking surf gear down to the beach. I think these are gonna work, so let's put them together, and they double as a cooler, so that eliminates some hand space, because you're gonna need it. As far as just your basic gear that you're gonna need, you're definitely gonna need some little scissors. I would grab these. I would highly recommend some pliers, because sometimes those hooks, they're hard to get out with your fingers, so it's good to have a pair of pliers. We are surf fishing, so we do need weights, some pyramids. Around my parts, 3 ounces is usually what I go with. But I'll grab some 3s, a couple 2s, and a 4. There we go. A couple 4s for the rougher days. Just a handful of weights to get going. All right, guys. Definitely need some rigs. A variety of colors. So pink. I'll grab some orange, and I'll grab some yellow. That'll kind of give me a rig to match the surf conditions. With the dirtier water, you'll use orange. The kind of mid-range water, murky water, I go with yellow. White, pink, anything like that works for clear water. A few flavors of Fishbites. So if I was just gonna pick 2, right now I would go with definitely the sand flea, and I would go with the green shrimp flavor. If I was just picking 2, I like to have about 4 of these on hand. Basically everything that's on here, I like to have them, and they'll last forever, guys. All right, so we got our sand spikes, we got our rigs, weights, we got some scissors. You'll use these scissors too to cut this bait, cut your line, things like that. You gotta have these. We got our pliers, we got some bait, we got our cooler plus our transporting device. This is replacing the beach cart, guys. So this is for backpacking down on the beach, a couple rods, this is going to work well, I believe. Let's get the rod. So a lot of choices with the rods. I mean, you can go expensive, you can go cheap, you can go mid-range. What I would suggest when getting started is, you know, don't go super cheap, but go mid-range. These things are a great resale. So once you start upgrading, if you do, you know, you can throw these on Facebook Marketplace, whatever, and they sell very quickly. So we're going to look over the rod and reel combos. They already have them set up at most tackle shops. You go in, you look for surf fishing, and there's your rod and reel combos. Of course, they have just the rods and the reels if you wanted to build your own. But we're just going to look for something like mid-range just to get us going out there. We'll look at these Akuma setups first. They're about $130. These are 10-foot rods. They're pretty light, actually. I just picked one up. They feel good. They got about a 5000 series reel on them. Already coming with line on them. So it's just a grab and go. 130 bucks. You got everything you need to get going. I'll look at some cheaper ones over here, and I'll tell you why now. So I'm going to look at some cheaper ones. These are about half the price of the Akumas we just looked at. And why I'm leaning towards this to get going is because you're going to want 2 rods. You're going to start off with one, like I did. I ran around with 1 rod for a few months. But you're quickly going to get into it. If you get into it, you'll get into it. And you're going to want to up your chances of catching pompano and whiting and things like that. So you go ahead and you start buying more rods and you kind of build your arsenal. So really, for the price of one of those Akumas, I can get 2 of these Daiwa rods. I'll run over those now. These Daiwa setups, they're about $65. These are 9-foot, the 9-foot versions here. Again, they got about a 5,000 on them, already lined up. So you can get 2 of these for the price that you're getting one of those. And once I get everything set up and the stuff we gathered earlier, you're gonna see that you're gonna be able to carry 2 rods. So this is what I'm leaning towards to get started. Just so you're upping your chance to catch fish, you got 2 lines out there. So you can run 1 shallow, 1 deep kind of thing. When you just got 1 rod and you're trying to figure out how to locate fish, it's time consuming. So really, for me, I run 4 rods, but that took time to build up to. I would definitely start off with 2. All right, so we have our 2 setups here. I got them pulled out. We got our transporting device / cooler. We got our sand spikes, pliers, scissors, rigs, weights, and some bait. So let's put all this together. Oh, we need a bucket also. Let me go grab a bucket. Go grab a bucket. This is gonna serve a few purposes also. Little bucket. How much are these guys? They're like $5. Okay, $7.50 for these buckets. All right, let's put all this together and see how we're gonna get it down to the beach. So you got your cooler here with this bag. Nice big space, and that is for whatever, your beverages and to keep fish. If you're keeping fish, you can throw them right in this bag. So it kind of serves 2 purposes, actually 3 purposes, because this is how we're gonna transport everything also. This is a backpack cooler. This is the LKO Gear brand. These are super nice. I know the guys up here at the tackle shop, they worked hard on designing these. They had a few different models that came through that didn't make approval and were sent back. And this one was finally decided on, and it is super nice, guys. I'm gonna be able to get all this stuff in here. It's gonna be comfortable. It's gonna be convenient. I'll be able to get it in the back of my hatchback Honda. I can store it in the closet at the condo. It's out of the way and it serves the purpose. All right, guys, first thing we're gonna do is get these sand spikes down. I already got it started here. So with this little bungee material in the front of this cooler, we got our sand spikes down. We'll just tighten it up. And that'll hold your sand spikes for transport there. That was up too. Nice. All right, so I have close the cooler up like we have. Okay, so we have ice in it now, our snacks, our beverages, whatever. So it's closed up. Sand spikes are strapped to the front. In the little side pocket there, I put the pliers and the scissors. I still got them in their packaging because I don't want to open them, but they'll slide down in there. You'll be able to fit other stuff in there also, but that's a good spot for your pliers, your scissors. This bag also has some little clips on the front, so in reality, you could clip your pliers there. You could clip your scissors, whatever, right there to the front. My bucket, I've just thrown my rigs, my weights, my Fishbites. If you buy, like, you know, maybe a package of fresh dead shrimp, you could throw that down in there also, or put it in the cooler. Even if you're fishing for something bigger, you want to buy some cut mullet or something like that, you could throw that in the cooler. You could throw it in the bucket, you know, depending on the temperature of the day. Summertime, I would definitely throw it in the cooler, but like right now, it's like 30 degrees outside, so that frozen stuff, the frozen shrimp, the fresh dead shrimp, I would just really throw it right in the bucket. All right, guys, so backpack cooler's on, bucket in my hand, and I got 2 rods, and I'm ready to go. Everything you need is right here. You have your ice, you have your cooler, you have something to transport, you got 2 free hands, you got your bucket, you got your 2 rods. So this is a great way to get started. This is a great gear to have if you're living in smaller quarters. Know a lot of military guys are around here. You guys might be in smaller quarters. You can break these rods down. They do come apart. They're 2-piece, so they're easy to store. I mean, really, once you take this backpack off, you could throw it in this bucket and store that in the closet, and you guys are fishing. Let's do a quick estimated total on everything. I can get it pretty accurate, I believe, and just see how much this is going to cost you to walk out of the store with. All right, guys, I'm just going to kind of start putting this stuff back and add it up as I go, and we'll get a good estimate on what's going on. So the sand spikes, they are, we'll call it $6.60. We're at $13. Fishbites. With the Fishbites, we're at about $25. All right, rigs, pliers, and scissors. We'll get a total on these. All right, with the rigs, the scissors, and the pliers, we're at about $72. Let's grab the weights. With the weights, guys, we'll push that up to 80. So we're right around 80. The bucket, we'll call it about $8. All right, so that's all the smaller items. So we'll push this up to 90 bucks. We'll call this $90. So we still have the backpack cooler and the 2 rods. The backpack cooler is right about $100. So that puts us at $186. $100 might sound expensive, but again, this is your cooler and this is your beach cart. You know, a beach cart will run you about $350. So, and these coolers, you know, the bigger coolers, they're at $159, and they're super heavy to be carrying. Now, if you have the space and all that for the beach cart and you want to spend the money, that would be the way to go, to get a cooler and a beach cart. But again, we're just doing this kind of just starting out, maybe small quarters, small space. You don't have a lot of room to store things. $100 for a cooler and a beach cart is not bad. All right, got these put back. The 2 rods, they're about $65 a piece. Let's get that up. We're looking at $316.98. That's a little bit rounded up. Of course, you have tax and things like that. But for $316, you can get going with everything you need. And you can even make it cheaper than that, especially if you just want to go like 1 rod. You know, you could knock off a little bit of the price. But this is not bad to get going, guys. Again, just a beach cart will run you about $350. So you're getting everything you need here to transport, backpack down on the beach. This is a cooler, so it'll keep your fish, if you're keeping fish to cook and eat. Keep your snacks, everything. It's a great little piece of equipment here that'll work well on the beach. That's it, guys. That was the rundown. What I forgot to mention about the bucket is that bucket, I mean, you can do anything with that bucket. If you're wanting to keep the fish fresher, you could fill it up with salt water. You could throw your catches in there until you're ready to transport it home. You can flip it upside down and sit on it. So that bucket definitely will come in handy for a few different things. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this hit home for a few of you guys that are maybe wanting to get into this. And like, I just don't want to invest all the big money off the jump. I mean, I know I didn't. I ran around with one rod and a backpack for probably 6 months until I really decided, yeah, this is something I'm gonna stick with. And I started upgrading from there. But I didn't think about the things I showed you today. You know, I was kind of caveman in it. But that backpack cooler is just an awesome transporting and fish keeping device. As you can see, it has some pockets. It'll hold your pliers, it'll hold your scissors, has some clips on the front, sand spikes in the back, so you have your hands free to carry your rods and carry your bucket. So if you guys are enjoying the videos, please hit me a like, hit me a subscribe. Really helps out the rhythm of the channel. Thank all you guys who have already subscribed and already following. Helps out a lot. I've been getting some more comments in the comment section. Thank you guys. If you guys see something that I missed or have questions, just hit me a comment. I will respond. Till next time, guys.